I hope you all enjoyed your dinner and your dessert and you drank coffee so you can stay awake. Our keynote speaker tonight, as you all probably saw on the flyer, was Dr. James Zughbi, the president of the Arab American Institute. Unfortunately, if everyone can please just pay attention to me for a second. Now that I got your attention for a second, a few more minutes. Unfortunately, Dr. Zughbi was hospitalized. Yesterday, we received notice that Dr. Zughbi was hospitalized last night. And he is not with us today. But Dr. Zughbi felt extremely bad about missing it. Even though his doctors told him not to fly, he was still trying to be here with us. He sent us a video message, a quick 2-minute message. So if everyone can please turn your eyes to the screen so we can hear what Dr. Zughbi has to say. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jim Zughbi, and I am so sorry that I cannot be with you tonight. I had the flu. Yes, I didn't get a flu shot, and then it turned into a bronchial infection, and I'm coughing, and the doctor said that he didn't think flying was a good thing right now. I'm disappointed because I really wanted to be there to honor Access, because they do so much important work for our community, and because I think so much of Nahla, who is truly a champion for change. She and Access have done such remarkable work, and you are to be proud of the fact that you have an institution like Access, serving not just the Arab community, but serving refugees and immigrants throughout the state. I want to have a word with you about the period that we're in. It is difficult, filled with many grave challenges, and we need institutions like Access to help us meet those challenges. Look, I've been doing this work for 40 years, and in those years I've learned that building institutions is not an easy thing. Number one, we have to overcome social inertia. It's not natural to form groups. And we have to overcome sometimes personal jealousies and rivalries. That can be a really hard thing to do. But when you do it, and you have a group like Access that has not only survived but thrived and has become a benefit to the entire community and state, we have to protect it and build it and make it grow. And so I really want to encourage you to continue your support for Access and to continue support for the work that it does. Because in this period that we're living through right now, where refugees and immigrants are going to be at risk, where the rights of so many of our fellow citizens are going to be at risk, we need institutions to protect us and to defend our rights and to provide the social services that we are afraid we may be losing. So thank you, and I want to ask you now to listen to my friend Salam El-Mariati, who has graciously agreed to fill in. And again, thank you all for what you do. Thank you for the support you give. And thank you for being a friend of me, of the work that we do, and good night.
We wish Dr. Zughbi a speedy recovery, and we hope that he's able to recuperate as quickly as possible. Before our dear Salam El-Mariati comes up, we still have a few things in order to take care of. In 1532, Machiavelli wrote a book called The Prince. This book is recognized as one of the greatest pieces of literature in American history. Or sorry, not in world history. He wrote it during the Italian Renaissance. And in that book, Machiavelli speaks that if you want to be a leader and you want to retain your position, you can either rule through fear or through love. And if you want to stay in power, then you must rule through fear. Now today, I challenge Machiavelli. I offer him a polar opposite example that refutes his work. For the past 18 years, this leader has ruled, or has led rather, with love, with compassion. This leader is none other than Nahla Kayali. Nahla started Access California Services by herself, as many of you know, and today it has grown into one of the most important organizations in Southern California. There was a leader named Hassan al-Banna who said that it is better to have a weak leader and strong followers than to have a strong leader with weak followers. Because if the leader is weak, the followers will compensate. But one thing I am proud to say is that Access California Services has a strong leader and it has even stronger followers, strong staff. So please, I like to just say this quick word about Nahla just before she comes up. And this is, to me, I think, very important. On September 29th, 1991, September 29th, 1991, God Almighty elected Nahla Kayali to serve as my aunt. She is my mother's sister. That was the day I was born, and that was the day that she became a khalto, auntie. So please, everyone, help me in welcoming Nahla by chanting, Nahla, 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 Nahla. Thank you so much.
Okay, good. Tariq, really, he's the one, he made me khalto. He will always be the special one. Every year I stand here and give you maybe a boring speech. But this year, we wanna be together in this speech because you're gonna love it and you're gonna be part of it. There were a few pieces of furniture in the office on the first day that AccessCal opened its door to serve our community. I want you to imagine with me a wooden folding table, a milk crate to hold files, a phone, and lastly, a folding chair. I want you to remember that folding chair because it is important. In 1968, Shirley Chisholm was the first African American woman in history to be elected to the United States Congress. 3 years later, she became the first Black candidate for a major party nomination for the President of the United States. She once said, if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. Her statement sums up our work in a single quote. Why? Because she brought a folding chair. In 1998, there was not a single organization working to address the social service needs of the Arab American and American Muslim community in Southern California. Now, 19 years later, AccessCal has not only blazed a path for me, you, all of us, but it has done so with extreme proficiency, professionalism, and great work ethics. Why? Because we brought a folding chair. Our community had needs. So AccessCal learned about them. Employment, health, housing, and mental health, and others. So we sat in at important spaces, whether they were funding opportunities, conferences, public, or board meetings. We met key players sitting on that table who have become allies for our community. We learned a few policies. We connected with other service providers, and we made a name for ourselves. Why? Because we brought a folding chair. But at AccessCal was just a single voice in those meetings. Without much data, and without data, you're just another person with an opinion. Or so said famous statisticians, William Deming. They did not give us a seat at the table. So we returned to our community to grow our data. Our community members began to bring their folding chairs by filling out surveys and completing various needs assessments. Those at the table began to not only look at us, but they started to move over and give us a space. Why? Because we brought a folding chair. We are now recognized as one of the leading voices, advocates, and health and human services providers of the Arab American and American Muslim community. Our reputation has grown over the years to reach the level that other community members feel welcome at AccessCal. While we have a niche population to serve, but we are currently accommodate and acculturate people from all faiths, colors, and races. We earned leadership role in immigrants and refugees integration. And now we are requested to participate on a different committees at the federal, state, county, and a city level. Not only that, we have literal power to influence actual government policies. Why? Because we brought a folding chair. Every year, I stand here to welcome and thank you for attending our gala and for supporting our mission. This year, however, I stand before you to thank you for something else. I am here to thank you for believing. And I'll tell you this, your belief in us has strengthened our belief in our work, which enabled us to grow into one of this nation's most powerful voices for our community in health and human services. Why? Because we brought a folding chair. We need to continue to be fabric of this republic as one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We did not do this alone, and we cannot do it alone. But one day, we want to look back together and say, yes, we can. Yes, we did. Your presence here tonight is greater than any set of presents we can offer our client. Tonight, my brothers and sisters in humanity, I raise my head held high, out of pride In the distance, we have covered together, but also tonight, I lower my head in humility of the blessing of God and in awe of your unwavering, undying presence. Why? Because we brought a folding chair. Thank you.
I guess the title of that speech is The Folding Chair. If you've been here tonight for a few hours, you've heard me talking more than others. So now I ask you, if you think I've done a good job here tonight, please give me a round of applause. Thank you. And if you think I've done a phenomenal job here tonight, please give me an amazing round of applause. Thank you, Tyrannosaurus Rex. And if you think that by the end of the night, I was probably the single greatest MC you've ever heard, then please don't forget to give me a standing ovation at the end. Not now, but at the end. We'll definitely bring a folding chair. At this point, lastly, who thinks I should be here next year for the 20th anniversary? Okay, cool. At this point, we'd like to show you all a video, a touching, emotional video, to recap the successes of Access California services in the past year. So please, put your eyes on the screen and watch this heartfelt welcoming message from our clients and our team at the office. Thank you.
I want to inspire people. I want someone to look at me and say, because of you, I didn't give up. Life is beautiful, but complex. It is sweet, but sometimes not. Some cross that bridge by themselves. Some need a helping hand. This is why we are AccessCal.
My name is Sonbol Siddiqui and I am from Afghanistan. I came with my family last November of 2015. When we came with my family, we were so excited and shocked with the new country, new culture, everything is new. And also beside of all this, we were so worried about the future and how we will going on and what will happen to us, because we were alone in a big city and without no experience and no families, nothing.
اسمي بسام نصر. جيت أنا وعائلتي على أمريكا وقدمنا asylum وما بنعرف حدا هون.
I came to America 2 years ago from Afghanistan. When I got to LAX to California, I had no one and I had no idea even how to take a bus and how to search for a job online.
When we went to the social services to apply for benefits like cash aid or medical, something like that, they said there is our organization by the name of Access. If you want, you can go there to help you with different benefits or services.
في Access استقبلونا وساعدونا, full support and helpful for everything.
I'm from Cuba. We came to this country 11 months ago. We went to the social services and they told us about Access California. So we came here a couple of months later, and here we started a workshop, very helpful by the way. We were told about this new place, the new rules, the new opportunities. They were so helping and supporting.
When we came to the Access, they gave me everything that like a positive thing, positive energy to don't worry about anything. They all have the same problem, but it is like it will change in a short time. But you need to try more to study, to get job and these things. And also I get job in Access. I really appreciate that Nahla hired me and gave me a job and a chance to can support my family and work.
For a refugee, it's too important to have someone in a country like America to help him out, get a job and set up the life here. For me, Access California was one of those organizations that helped me out with everything. I was in Access California every week, and it helped me a lot because especially with getting a job, Access California helped me a lot to be ready for the questions that they ask in the interview. And that's how I got a job. My first job was as a security officer with a company called Universal Protection Services. I was with security for a few months. And now I start working with 24 Hour Fitness as a personal trainer.
The work in Access, in my opinion, has two sides. One is the human part, and the other one is the training part. We were trained here in job search and feeling better, facing the new challenging situations. We were comforted, we were encouraged, and we got so much new information about this new country.
When I came to Access California, first I talked with the receptionist. Really at the beginning I found the good environment of Access. I attend to the English class with me, my son, my husband and my daughter Sonbol attend to the English class. I found at the beginning, there is Access California as a key element place for the people who encourage them to participate in the English class and improve their English language. Because by providing English promotion, they could find a job and a better life. By providing job opportunity for my daughter Sonbol, really the life of my family is a change because of Sonbol's support and because of the Access support.
Access California مهم جدا لمساعدة الناس اللي بيجوا جداد وما بيعرفوا حدا. فعلا هن رحمي لهدول الناس، لأنه أنا لقيت كل المساعدة وكل المساعدة منهم، يعني لغاية ما قدرت أكمل في هاي البلد، يعني لغاية ما وقف على رجلي.
I definitely came into this field as a doe-eyed, looking to break down those barriers for mental health and reduce the stigma in the Muslim and the Arab community. And I can remember the day that I realized that Access was exactly the place that I needed to be to do that. And I had a client and I came out to meet her, to bring her into the room, and she was an elderly refugee lady. And she was there because she was experiencing some depression. And what I came to realize is it's not that she had a special interest in or appreciation for mental health or mental health services. She was there because she believed in Access and the services that Access provided. And that faith in Access really allowed her to overcome this gap and this concern over the stigma associated with mental health and seek these services. I think Access has done a really good job of having a very comprehensive mental health department that offers both individual counseling services to adults and children and families and couples, but also groups that deal with refugees and asylees and issues involving employment and involving acculturation, and just doing well to provide the community with basic services to meet their mental health needs as well as their just general well-being needs.
Walking at the little fort fold-out table. He had papers, some spread.
Here at Access, we have an after-school program where we work with children that are children of immigrants and refugees. They come here to get help with their homework, mostly English and math. We help them with reading, and we help tutor them in all subjects. We have students as young as 1st grade and as old as 10th grade.
I like coming here because Ms. Christiana and Ms. Zahra help me on my homework and help me get better at reading. And they help me get better at multiplication and division, and I really need help on multiplication and division.
We are dedicated to empowering our community.
We make sure to provide the best resources.
We're here to serve you.
We're here to support you.
2016 was an amazing year for 2,500 underserved and refugee families from all walks of life who faced difficult hardship, but came to Access California Services seeking our help. Through the collaborations of board members, staff, volunteers, service providers, and supporters like you, we were able to provide close to 40,000 compassionate services. As a result of our teamwork, they found jobs, housing, access to healthcare and counseling, learned English, received job training, helped with resume writing, transportation, rental assistance, and food security. They opened businesses, were reunified with their families, and become citizens. Contributing citizen, AccessCal is here to continue providing hope, strength, and opportunity to preserve dignity and enrich lives of many. We are only strong through your support. Please help us help others. Thank you.
Say that was a great video. I really felt the compassion and the humanity through the words of the staff and the clients at AccessCal. Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. And that gazelle knows that it must run faster than the fastest lion, or else it will be killed. And every morning in Africa, a lion wakes up, and that lion knows that it must run faster than the slowest gazelle, or it will die of hunger. So every morning, when the sun comes up, it doesn't matter whether you're a lion or whether you're a gazelle. What matters is that you must start running. And that is exactly what the staff at AccessCal does. They run to serve, they rush to serve their community. AccessCal has become a home away from home for many of our refugees. 8 days ago, I know you all heard, I hope, that a new president came to power. President Trump has turned his back on the refugees. But one thing for sure, AccessCal will never turn its back on the refugees. What happened yesterday, President Trump signed an executive order that banned entry from 7 Muslim majority countries into the United States. Even green card holders are no longer allowed to re-enter. If President Donald Trump goes to New York and he looks at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty, he'll see inscribed on it a poem by Emma Lazarus. It's a very famous poem. It says, "Give me your poor, give me your tired, your huddled masses, whoever wants to breathe freely." This country was founded 241 years ago in 1776 And it was founded on the principle of being a home, a safe haven from persecution. When the pilgrims came, they came to escape religious persecution. And what Donald Trump has signed, or what he signed yesterday, was an order that would do exactly what our founding fathers came here against. What he's doing is not part of security, because any refugee who wants to enter into this country needs to go through this, as you've heard, extreme vetting process. But he's doing it to incite hate, fear, and to gather this country against us. But we are as much a part of this country as anyone else. And just like the Super Bowl is a part of our country's culture next week, we know that almost 80% of us will be tuned to our television to support the Patriots. But what we are here for today is not to support the Patriots or the non-Patriots. We're here to support our brothers and sisters in humanity. Many people have escaped and they have come here. In the last 2 days, there was funding cut off from Access California Services grant that would help 1,500 families. 1,500 families are now waiting to be helped. And who's going to help them? Me, you, and all of us. Because when we stand together, we stay together. And when we stay together, we're not here to disappear. I thought of 5 great reasons, and I'm sure you're all gonna love this. I thought of 5 great reasons why anyone should donate. The first, and I want you to remember the exact words that I'm using. The first reason to donate is that your donations are tax deductible. That's 1. 2, when you donate, you are an advocate and you help alleviate the suffering of others. 3, when you donate, everyone here has a role to play. Whether you're giving or receiving, you're always part of the role to play. And 4th, when you give, you feel involved because you have an impact. And lastly, when you donate, it's part of karma. When a bird is alive, it eats ants. And when that bird dies, the ants eat the bird. 1 tree can make 1,000,000 matchsticks. And 1 matchstick can burn 1,000,000 trees. But it doesn't matter which side you're on. The most important thing is to do good and to be good. And this is where it all comes together, if you didn't really get what I was saying in the past 2 minutes. If you remember what I said, and I'm going to give you a quick way to remember. For those who came in the beginning, they heard me say that my name is Tariq Abad Musa Abdul Ghani Mustafa Takish, but you can call me Tariq. And what I just said, your donations are tax deductible T. You are an advocate A, or you have a role to play I. You are involved 5 karma T-A-R-I-K. That's Tariq. So those are the 5 good reasons to donate to Access California Services. 500,000 legal US residents were stopped from returning to the United States. In fact, in the register, in the Orange County Register 2 nights ago, there was a story. The OC Register came to the office. One of our clients, she came here with her sister. They were given visas. And their parents in Iraq were also given visas. But this new executive order was signed. Her parents are still in Iraq. And her sister are here. And now they said that Baghdad, the capital of Iraq, is extremely dangerous. But it looks like they have to go back to the danger to avoid being here without their parents. But who's going to help her and her sister while they're still here? AccessCal. Others were given the approval for their family to come back to the United States. And as soon as they got that approval, their family living here, they rented a 2-bedroom apartment because they wanted to bring their family. And then now this executive order gets signed and they're no longer allowed in. So now this apartment is a burden on them because they cannot afford it financially. But who's going to help them? Me, you, and AccessCal. I'm just going to read a quick excerpt before I ask you guys a question. This is a story about geese. And I'm going to read it because it's just lovely the way that it's written. When you see geese heading south for the winter, flying along in a V formation, you might be interested in knowing that science has discovered why they fly that way. Research has revealed that as each bird flaps its wings, it creates an uplift for the bird immediately behind it. And by flying in a V formation, the whole flock adds at least 71% greater flying range than if each bird flew on its own. Whenever a goose falls out of formation, it suddenly feels the drag and resistance of trying to go at it alone. It quickly gets back into formation to take advantage of the lifting power of the bird immediately in front. And when the lead goose gets tired, it rotates back in the V, and another goose takes the point. The geese behind, they honk to encourage those up front to keep up their speed. And finally, when a goose gets sick or is wounded by gunfire and falls out, 2 other geese fall out of formation and they follow it down to help and to protect it. They stay with the goose until it is either able to fly again or it is dead. And then they launch out on their own or with another formation to catch up with the group. So today, we are the geese helping to protect and to stay with our brothers and sisters who have fallen or who have become fallen by the new executive order of our president. So far, our goal tonight to fundraise, or what the board told me the goal is $200,000. But I'll tell you this, something that will make you all happy tonight. I want you all to join me in counting how much we've collected today. We've had sponsorships, and so now I'm going to begin countings. Pure Aqua, thank you so much for your generous donation, and all the other sponsors, the title sponsor. We have $25,000 for our goal of 200. We have another 10, makes it 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 100,000 US dollars have been already raised from our sponsors. And just before I came up here, I got a text that we just had a 30,000 US dollar donation, private donation. So how much does that make it? 130. We also received checks for 6,000, 7,000, and 5,500, all tonight before I came up here. When you add it all up together, it comes out to about $149,000. So if our goal is $200,000 and we've raised about 150, how much do we have left to raise? That's right, all the mathematicians in the room have spoken, $50,000. And the way that I want to do it is I personally want to collect $100 and start counting hundreds. But I was asked, and I will absolutely listen by the chairwoman of the board and the executive director to ask for first 10 people to donate $1,000 each. Thank you so much. We reached our kind of mini goal. $3,500. Thank you all for being patient as I've spoken way too long. Our next speaker is none other than our homegrown Salam Miryari. Salam is the president and the co-founder of the Muslim Public Affairs Council. He oversees MPAC's groundbreaking civic engagement, public policy, and advocacy work. He spoke at the White House, the Capitol Hill, and represented the United States internationally. The Los Angeles Times gives Salam the title of the translator because he makes everything so easy to understand by translating it from Muslim to understandable, if that's understandable. He's appeared in every national news publication and been featured on national and international news outlets. Please, 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 help me in welcoming Salam Miryari. I said, please help me in welcoming Salam Miryari. Thank you, Ammo. Good luck.
Thank you, Tarek. Everybody give Tarek a great round of applause for his wonderful dedication and work. You know, Jim called me yesterday. He did unfortunately suffer the flu and a bronchial infection. And as he said, the doctor told him not to fly, so he asked me to take his place. So I'm very honored that I'm here to speak on behalf of Jim Zogby. But more importantly, Jim wanted to say, and I along with him, that this is not the time for the faint-hearted. As they say, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And who is tougher than the one and only who does it with the heart of compassion, a heart of gold, and that is Nahla Kayali. We are here as there are leaders who sit on the empty thrones of self-righteousness. Nahla, we will turn all those folding chairs into a throne for you as you sit on that throne of righteousness and decency for all humanity. So thank you. Let me just go over 3 points. Number one, I think we have to acknowledge the intended benefits of access. I see that there are so many people that preach, whereas at Access, they live what others preach, because they provide the services to those in need. And this is something that we are told in our faith. And when we look at what Access does, it does case management, health access, mental health services, employment services, emergency financial assistance, immigration and citizenship assistance, education, youth program, and after-school program. Access is doing as much, if not more, than the government is doing. If we are going to have our taxes cut, that may be one thing that we can expect from this administration. We should take whatever we save from those taxes and give it to Access because of these great intended benefits for our community and for our society. It is the importance of institutional work that we talk about. It is that institution that makes the difference. People are born and they die, they pass away. But institutions are what continue to survive and work for the future. Which leads me to the second benefit of Access. It is an unintended benefit. When people talk about division along race, division along religious lines, Access is actually uniting people of different religions and different races to serve those in need. The Bible and the Quran both talk about the good tree. The Bible says that a good tree cannot bear bad fruit and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit in Matthew 7:18. In Matthew 12:33 it says, "Make a tree good and its fruit will be good, or make a tree bad, and its fruit will be bad, for a tree is known by its fruit. And in Matthew 12:35 it says, the good man brings good things out of his good store of treasure, and the evil man brings evil things out of his evil store of treasure. What is interesting is that the Quran says pretty much the same thing. It says the good word is like a good tree. It has strong roots, and its fruit will sustain people as long as God wills. And the corrupt tree, the corrupt word is like a corrupt tree. It is a bad tree. Its roots are superficial and dead, and it cannot sustain anything. God will establish the good word for those who believe in him in this life and the hereafter. The Bible also talks about those in need. And in Hebrews 13:1, it says, do not neglect to show hospitality to the stranger, for by doing so, some have entertained angels without knowing it. The Quran says, and give out of that which you love to those who are orphans and the needy and the refugees and those who ask and those who need to be liberated. So the Quran and the Bible are telling us exactly the same thing, that society is not valued or measured by responding to the strong. Society's strength is measured by taking care of the weak, and Access does that for both Christians and Muslims. It is uniting people along religious and racial lines to serve what God had intended us to do as human beings. Which leads me to the third point, and that is institutional power. Access provides us that institutional power to defend our rights, as Jim said on the video, and to protect the refugees and immigrants who are the most vulnerable in our society today. And as people are talking about division, we have to understand that there's a language of divisiveness and fear. We have to respond with unity and hope. If we believe and we work, we are promised that success, and fear will be replaced by security. Cruelty will be replaced by compassion, and the iron fist will be replaced with justice. But we have to believe in doing so. So I ask you to do two things tonight. Number one, continue to support Access. Continue to support this institutional power that will not only defend the rights of the vulnerable, but will defend our rights today and for the future. If I did not work for the Muslim Public Affairs Council, I'd be working for Nahla Kayali, because I believe that we have to apply our faith, not just talk about it. So let me end with two things. The Quran says truth and falsehood are not equal. The truth is that which benefits people and remain on earth. Falsehood is like the scum on top of water, and it will float away. We are dealing with falsehood today and danger today, but the truth in the work that we do will prevail and will carry us through. And we have to believe in that. If we believe in it, then we must work for it. And I ask all of you, first and foremost, to take this moment and thank God for the opportunity to give. Thank God for the community that we have, and to express your love to your family and friends, because if we work, we will prevail. God has promised us to believe and to do what is right, and then that will help us carry us through during these challenges and anything else to secure our future for the goodness of America. Patriotism is defined by defending American values. We are all patriots, not what's happening in the Super Bowl next week, but we are real patriots, and we are the ones that will defend the true values of America and of society and of our faiths. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Salam al-Mariyati. That was definitely, his name is Salam, and he definitely brought peace to our hearts with that beautiful speech. At this point, our night is definitely coming to an end. I am sad to see you all about to leave and go home because I'll miss you. But now we have our entertainment of the night. No stranger to comedy, Maz Jabrani. Hey, that rhymed. But before Maz comes up, two things. On page 13 of the booklet, you'll see my bio, but at the bottom of that, there's something very specific that I want to say. Tariq Takesh loves his parents, Abid Takesh and Lena Kayali, very much, and he can never thank them enough for their unconditional love, boundless sacrifices, and endless support. My mom and dad are right there in the back. I love them to death. They are my world, and I want you all to please give them a round of applause. I love you, Mama Bob. And now, I'd like to take this special occasion. My family is all gathered here today. My friends are here. So I'd like to take this opportunity to propose that we all welcome to the stage Maz Jabrani. He is a comedian who has played at the White House, introduced Michelle Obama in front of the King of Jordan. He has a big theater show coming up in April with Middle Eastern and Indian comedians. Please find more information at his website, mazjabrani.com. He's currently starring in a CBS sitcom called Superior Donuts. He had 3 Showtime comedy specials, Brown and Friendly, I Come in Peace, and most recently, I'm Not a Terrorist, but I've played one. So please put your hands together for Maz Jabrani.
Jimmy Westwood. Keep it going for Tariq, please. Keep it going for Tariq. Wow, I thought he was going to propose. How old are you? I can use this mic. How old are you? 27? 25? Somebody find this guy a wife. Come on. You are amazing. Are you going to run for something someday? Will you be the first Arab American president? Yes, the first Arab American president. We can do it. It started at Access. They may deport you before you get there, but that's fine. I don't need that. Thank you very much, though. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Keep it going for this gentleman. Thank you very much. Wow, what an amazing evening. I want to thank Access for having me. What an appropriate time to be doing this, given what's going on. Has it only been a week that the guy became president? Doesn't it feel like it's been 5 years? He's done like way too much in a week. I just went marching last week and now I got to go marching again. By the time he's done, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. Marching every weekend. And you can't remember the time. Where's my non-Middle Eastern people? By applause. Where are you? Non-Middle. Yes, the senator. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming. All right, now, are any of you with the FBI? Who's here to watch us? I know they were sent tonight. No, but listen, man. I want to thank you guys for coming out and supporting this evening, especially at this time with what's going on. It's blowing my mind. I'm still shocked that he's president. Is anybody else still shocked? We're still. I think he was shocked. He was. He didn't expect to win. If you go back and look at the acceptance speech, look at how slowly he walks up on stage. Like he doesn't expect. Like as he goes, "Are you sure I won? Are you serious? I won this thing? After all the crap that I said, he won. My God." So I'm Iranian. Thank you. Are there any Iranians here? Any Iranians? Yes, how are you, sir? Well, you're bald like me. What a handsome Iranian. What's your name, Iranian man? Ali, of course. It's either Ali or Reza, that's all we do. Nice to see you, Ali Jun. How are you? Hi, hello, hi, hi, hello, hi. That's how we greet each other. They shouldn't ban Iranians from coming. They should just let us come and then have a door where you enter, and we would never enter because we just stand there. Please, after you. No, please, after you. No, please, no, please, no, please. And no Iranians would ever come to America, and Donald Trump would be happy because we'd all be at the door trying to come through. We're very formal, right? Iranians are very formal. What other, I know there's a lot of different Arab countries. Where's my Syrians? Syrians! Yalla habibi! Yalla, wallahi. That's all I know. Hurry, I swear to God. And are the Iraqis? Iraqis? Yes, how are you, Habib? What's your name, Iraqi man? What? Mahmoud. All right, how long have you been here? Oh, you were born here. Oh, there you go, yes. But your parents, forget those guys. You can send them away now, yeah? Fantastic, Mahmoud. Are your parents here? Okay, good. No, because a lot of Iranians, Ali, as you know, are worried now. They can't. The Asghar Farhadi, who's nominated for an Academy Award, he cannot come because of the ban. Yeah, Trump is saving us from scary filmmakers. That's his thing. When did you come, Ali? 81, you've been here a long time too. We're so formal. I grew up here. I've been here since 79. You know, I forget how formal Iranians are. Middle Eastern people in general was so formal. I get reminded whenever I go to the Middle Eastern event. I was at an event with a lot of Iranians a little while ago. This is how formal we are. I was walking by this older Iranian lady. I stepped on her toe. And I go, oh, I'm sorry. She goes, no, Maz, please. My foot is too long. I should never have been here in the first place. How dare I stand in your way, have you step on my toes. I'm gonna go home, cut off my toes in honor of you. We're very formal, right? But I can't believe. Sir, what's your name, sir? Brad Foster. Brian Foster. And are you involved with Access? Now you are. Your wife just said yes. Thank you, wife. That's right. Make Brian get involved. What do you think so far? Good thing, right? First of all, Brian, it's crazy because I was watching as the elections were happening. I couldn't believe my mind. And a lot of, one of the things I heard, Brian, I heard a lot of Trump supporters say, they always said, I love him because he says what's on his mind. Right? You heard that one, right? He just says what's on his mind. He just says what's on his mind. You go, what are your thoughts on his policies? I don't know about his policies. He just says what's on his mind. Brian, I thought that was the dumbest thing I'd ever heard till I went to visit my mother, my own mother, Iranian lady. She had fallen for the line. I swear to God, Ali, I go to visit my Iranian mother. My mom goes, Maz, I like this guy because he says what's on his mind. I go, Mom, are you crazy? He's anti-immigrant. If he becomes president, your relatives can't come to visit you. She goes, I don't like them anyway. Yeah. She goes, Maz, he say what is on his mind, so I don't have to say what is on my mind. Which is, stop visiting me, you cheap bastards. What am I, the Airbnb? We all know, the Arabs know, Iranians know, a lot of immigrants actually like Trump. You guys have seen these guys. I was in an Uber with an older Armenian guy, Brian. This guy loved Trump. He barely spoke English, but he loved Trump. The whole ride, he was trying to tell me what a great politician he is. He kept saying what a great politic he is. The whole drive, this guy, Donald Trump, #1 politic, very good politic, #1 politic, very good, #1 politic, very good, #1, very good, #1 politic, very good, #1. Finally, I go, dude, he's anti-immigrant. You're an immigrant. He goes, yes, but I'm here. Very good politic, huh? For me, good politic. For my cousin, not good politic. Very bad politic. It was crazy. I'm telling you, I don't even think he wanted to win, Ali. He didn't want to win. He's a billionaire businessman, megalomaniac. He can't stop tweeting. It's crazy. And I knew he didn't want to win because he just kept saying crazier and crazier stuff. You know when I knew he didn't want to win? I knew he didn't want to win. When he came out, he said Barack Obama was the founder of ISIS. Remember he said that? He goes, Barack Obama is the founder of ISIS. Then he went on a news show the next day, conservative news show, and the reporter, the radio host, he goes, do you mean that Barack Obama's policies led to the creation of ISIS and then therefore where we are today? He goes, nope. I mean, Barack Obama is the founder of ISIS. I was like, this guy is crazy. And the most entertaining thing was to go on the news shows and watch his surrogates, the guys who had to defend him, try to defend that statement. Every one of them was like, what the hell am I supposed to say to this? They were making things up. They were like, what he meant was Barack Obama likes ice. And when you have a lot of ice, it's like ISIS. It has been crazy. I swear to God, I cannot believe, it's the craziest thing we're going through right now. And it's, as you know, it's very hard. It was hard enough to be Middle Eastern before, right? It's hard, as you know, they've been kicking Arab people off of planes just for speaking Arabic. You guys have heard of this, right? Where are you from? Where are you from? Yeah, Palestine. Do you speak Arabic? Yeah, do you speak Arabic on an airplane? Don't. They're kicking Arab. You heard about the Iraqi kid. Remember the Iraqi kid? Iraq, I heard you guys, right? There was an Iraqi kid going from LA to San Francisco on the phone with his dad speaking Arabic as he's walking down the aisle. The passengers overheard him, kicked him off the plane. You heard about this? This poor guy just walking down the aisle, just like, you know, hala makhala, hala makhala, hala makhala, hala makhala, hala. I know that's not Arabic, but that's what it sounds like. Anyway, he's just going hala makhala, hala makhala, hala makhala. Does that mean anything? Am I getting close? No? Hala makhala? No? How about hala hala makhala? Closer? Still nothing? This poor guy walking down the aisle just going hala makhala, hala makhala, hala makhala, hala makhala. I don't know if he was walking like that, but you know what I'm saying. Because that's not very threatening. If he's going hala makhala, hala makhala, hala makhala, hala makhala. The passengers will be like, there's a gay Arab guy walking down the aisle, sashaying. Just hala makhala, hala makhala, hala makhala, hala makhala. Chanel number 5. Hala makhala, hala makhala. That's not what happened. He was just hala makhala, hala makhala. And the passengers, they don't know. They were like, what the hell is hala makhala? And they kicked him off the plane. So I've been telling all my Arab friends, do not hala makhala on a plane. Iranians, do not salam, hi, chetori, none of that. English, if you hala makhala or salam, chetori, qurbunet beram, you're going to end up on a bus, not on a plane. Okay? And you're going to speak perfect English. You know what I'm saying? They're kicking people out. There was another guy, he was watching something on his phone. There was gun violence on the thing he was watching. There was gun violence. You guys know about this. Yeah. They're involved with it. They always have to step up and defend these guys. The guy was watching something. There was gun violence on the phone. The passenger sitting next to him, she looked over, saw the gun violence, saw it was a Middle Eastern guy. She freaked out, told the stewardess. They kicked him off the plane. It was Spirit Airlines. Have you heard of Spirit Airlines? Guys, if you've heard of Spirit Airlines, work harder so you no longer have to hear of Spirit Airlines. It's a crappy airline. It's not a good idea. It's like $25 for a one-way ticket, LA to San Francisco. That's not a good idea. Listen, it's your life. Don't ever, it's like the Taco Bell of airlines. Don't buy a $25 ticket. If you buy a $25 ticket, you're not getting a discount. You're playing with your life. Because as soon as it hits turbulence, you expect to die. You sit there, oh my God, I'm so cheap, I deserve to die. That's how you feel. Don't buy a $25 ticket. Spend $300 on the plane ticket, right? If it hits turbulence, you get upset. This is crap. I'm going to write a letter to the CEO. Spirit doesn't even have a CEO. It's just a barista. He does everything. It's amazing. Gives you a cappuccino, you go. Brian, this stuff, I'm telling you, this poor guy was watching something. It was Spirit Airlines. He's watching something on his phone. The passenger sees it's Middle Eastern, gets him kicked off the plane. They investigate. It turns out it was a Middle Eastern guy. He was watching the news. That's why there was gun violence. It was American news. That's why there was gun violence. People are that stupid and crazy nowadays. No one is thinking anymore. What did the lady sitting next to the guy think? What did she think? It was ISIS looking at last-minute instructional videos? Right? What she think? It's the guy, okay, I'm going to go like this, then I go like that, then I go like this, then I go like that, then I go like this. Hold down, don't fly. I'm trying to hijack the plane. I'm trying to look at the video. I go like this, then I go like this, then I go like this. People are paranoid. Trump ain't helping at all. People are paranoid. I'm telling you, listen, you know who else gets it really bad when all this Muslim Islamophobia goes up? You know who else gets it bad? Indian Sikhs. They don't have anything to do with anything. These guys are so stupid. How dumb do you have to be? Like, racists should have to Google. They should Google before they go and do racist acts. Don't they have a computer? They should Google. They don't know the difference. I've experienced it firsthand. I swear to God, people are confused in America. People are confused, Brian. They see the turban, they freak out. I have kids, okay? A few years ago, I took my son and my neighbor's kid. We went to go see the movie Annie. Annie was out. It was around Christmas time. And the kids, they live in LA. They're used to seeing a lot of diversity. No big deal. My neighbor had his cousin. He was visiting from Wisconsin. Little 6-year-old kid from Wisconsin. I guess they don't have as much diversity there. Because we went to see the movie, and we go to wash our hands before the movie starts. We're washing our hands. An Indian Sikh walks in with a turban on. He washes his hands. He walks out. My kid, neighbor's kid, don't blink. Kid from Wisconsin loses his mind. He turns to me. He goes, that guy was ISIS. I swear to God. I go, what? He goes, the guy with the turban was ISIS. I go, dude, relax. That was not ISIS. That was an Indian Sikh, okay? I go, first of all, I don't think ISIS would come to see Annie. I'm pretty sure they're not at their meeting. We must kill the infidel pigs. But before we do, can we see Annie one more time? Secondly, I told this poor kid, I go, listen, dude, relax, okay? My wife is Indian. I told him, listen, that guy was Indian. You've been playing with my son all weekend. He's half Indian. The kid got confused. He goes, your son is half ISIS? I go, no, Indian. I go, my wife was born in India. He goes, your wife is ISIS? I go, no, my wife is not ISIS. I go, well, she terrorizes me, but that's just because she's my wife. That's what wives do. I said, she's more like wife-sis. It's an offshoot of ISIS. It's a bunch of wives terrorizing their husbands. You guys know what I'm talking about. I told the kid, you need to go back to Wisconsin and stop watching Fox News because it's driving you nuts. You watch enough Fox News, you think the world is out to get you. Have you guys ever seen this lady, Judge Jeanine Pirro, on Fox News? She is crazy. I tried watching 5 minutes. Ali, I was freaking out. You watch, she thinks everyone, all the immigrants are coming to get her. I turned it on. The Mexicans are going to take our jobs and the Muslims are going to kill us and we're going to get eaten by sharks. We're going to get eaten by Mexican Muslim sharks with the Zika virus. It's crazy, man. These people need to travel. They need to see the world. There's people, first of all, I'm happy because I have a wife from another. Does anyone else have a mixed marriage here? Or is anybody else married to, what's your guys' mix? What's your mix? Iranian and German? Is that what you said? That's like the old Access with the new Access. That's fantastic. That's amazing. Way to go, man. Listen, do you guys have kids? You don't have kids. I'm Iranian, she's Indian. Both of our kids look like her. I told her, I said, there's a reason why there's 1 billion Indians in the world. Their genes are so dominant. Anyone sleeps with an Indian, the kids are coming out Indian. Oh yeah, Iranian, Indian, black, Indian. Friend of mine, wife's not even Indian. She had Indian food. One night, the kids came out Indian. Yeah. Chicken tikka masala, it does the job. It's crazy. I have friends from every background, every religion. I'm not that religious myself, be honest with you. I'm Muslim-ish, kind of. You know, I drink, I don't fast during Ramadan. I don't pray 5 times a day. The only time, Brian, the only time I pray is when I'm almost in an accident. And then I just go, oh Jesus, you know, it's not even the right God. It's not even the right God. Oh Jesus, because it's quicker. Oh Jesus, you know, Muhammad takes too long. You be in the ambulance. Oh Jesus, you get in the car, you go. It's okay. I'm Muslimish. I have friends from all Christian, Jewish. I have a lot of Jewish friends. A Persian Jewish friend of mine, he invited me over for Shabbat dinner one night. Friday night, I went, it was amazing. We went over there, he gave me a matzah ball, I ate it, it was delicious. He gave me a yarmulke, I put it on, it was cool. But it was weird, because as soon as I put on the yarmulke, I started coming up with business ideas. I swear to God. No, listen, I put on the yarmulke and it started to slide off of my bald head. I said, hey man, you need like a yarmulke for bald people, like maybe like a Velcro yarmulke. He's like, we can't do that. I go, how about a suction cup yarmulke? That's a great idea. You just lick it and have a nagila. I'm just saying. When you travel, it opens your eyes. It's unfortunate we don't travel enough in America. You know what I'm saying. You guys obviously are open-minded, right? Do you guys live here in Anaheim or what part of town? Irvine, okay. Well, that's where all the Persians are. Have you seen the Persians? We're buying it up. Yeah, that's what Iranians do. We don't, from the moment we're born, our parents tell us to buy property. Is Arabs do the same? Do your parents tell you to? Yeah. From the moment you're a baby, kuchi, kuchi, kuchi. Can you say landlord? Say landlord. Can you say landlord? Can you say bitch better have my money? Bitch better have my money. We buy buildings all the time. It's crazy. Iranians, it's in the blood. Ali, you know what I'm talking about. What part of town do you live in? Irvine as well. There you go. How many properties do you own in Irvine? Just one? Okay. Are you considering? You haven't gotten there yet. You're ashamed of the community, Ali. Ali, it's crazy, man. I'm telling you, people don't travel enough in America. Like, I travel all the time. One of the things, though, whoever knows when you travel, one of the biggest, one of the hardest parts of traveling for me is always the exchange rate, right? It's always confusing. The first week I'm anywhere, I don't know what I'm spending. You feel like you give them dollars, they give you Monopoly money. I don't know. I went to Lebanon. Because the exchange rate is never like 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. It's always 1 to 3.8765. I go to Lebanon. I gave the guy $100. He gave me 53,000 Lebanese pounds. I thought he messed up. I called my wife. I said, we're rich. We're rich. Buy the furniture. Buy the furniture. Don't worry how I got the money. Just buy the furniture. The next day, I go to buy some gum. The guy goes, that would be 52,000 Lebanese pounds. I call my wife, we're broke, return the furniture. Gum is expensive in Lebanon. It's very confusing. The most confusing part of traveling, Brian, is the tipping. Some places you're supposed to tip, some places you're not, right? Some places it's an insult when you try to tip. In Iran, have you been to Iran recently? Yeah, you stay here, it's okay. We want to keep you. No, some places, like I was in Sweden, I tried to tip the waitress, and in Sweden it's an insult, because in Sweden, the waitresses actually get paid a good salary. They have health care, they take care of them. So I went over to tip the lady, and she was saying no. And the way they say no in Swedish, they say nej. Sounds very Shakespearean, nay. I go over, I go, here you go. She goes, nay, nay. I was like, to be or not to be? I tried again, nay, nay. Finally someone goes, guy, hey dude, she doesn't want your money. I go, okay. Then I went to Dubai. Who's been to Dubai recently? Dubai, oh my God. Where are you from, sir? Syria. And when were you in Dubai last? Last year. Is Dubai still trying to set the record in everything? They always want to have the biggest, tallest. Dubai is obsessed with setting records. Every time, tallest building, longest thing, biggest fountain, longest round. I went to one guy, he goes, Maz, Habibi, come here, Maz. This building is the roundest building in the world. Wallahi, very round. A circle is 360 degrees. This building, 362 degrees. Wallahi, we bring engineer from Harvard. They add 2 degrees to the circle. Yeah, twist it. There you go. That's how they do it. He knows what I'm talking about. So I went to Dubai. As you know, there's a lot of Indians in Dubai, right? Are there any Indians here tonight? Any Indians? Really? There's 1 billion in the world and 3 showed up. Tell your cousins, man. Guys, Dubai filled with Indians. And a lot of them are day laborers. They don't get paid that well. This is the tipping, right? I didn't know you're supposed to, so there was an Indian guy. He cleaned the hotel room that I was staying at. I tipped him the equivalent of $10. I think I paid his mortgage for the month. Because the rest of my stay, every time I would come out of my hotel room, this guy would pop out from behind a different plant and offer to clean my room again. Every time I walk out, this guy, hello sir, can I clean your room again, sir? I go, Sanjeev, you already cleaned the room. Sir, I would like to do it again, please, sir. I go, Sanjeev, the room is very clean. Sir, I want to make it very, very clean. Very, very clean. I go, Sanjeev, calm down. Sir, I've been thinking about your room all night. I have ideas for your room, sir. Sir, please, just give me one opportunity. Just one opportunity, one opportunity, two opportunity, three opportunity, four opportunity, five opportunity. Yeah, it turned into a Bollywood movie. His cousins came out of nowhere. Give him opportunity, three opportunity, four opportunity, five opportunity, 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 opportunity. Yeah. It was a 3-hour Bollywood movie. It was called Opportunity. It's currently on Netflix. Sometimes they're so appreciative, they will bring you a gift from their home in appreciation. Sir, I would just like to say that I appreciate you so much, that I just want to show my appreciation to you. Sir, I just want to say I'm appreciative of you. Sir, in India we have a saying, when you appreciate someone, you appreciate them. It is much more poetic in Hindi. In English it's very crappy, does not work. Anyway, sir, I just want to say about a gift from me to you, from my home to you, from me to you, from my home to you, from me to you, from my home to you. Sir, here are my wife and children. Please take them. Just give them one opportunity, two opportunity, three opportunity. What's your name, Indian man? Sayed. And how long have you been here, Sayed? You were born here. Fantastic. What's your last name, Sayed? What? Sayed Hosseini. Oh, you're Muslim Indian. Fantastic. And so, because my relatives, they're from the South, Kerala, they're Christian. They have the long Vatachanakal Matata, their names go for half an hour. Vatachanakal Matakanana Manakanakana Mechanical. I still don't know what my father-in-law's name is. Vatachanakal Matakanakanakalakala. And he talks like this, hello, how are you, how are you? He does that, hello, nice to meet you. Every time he sees me, nice to meet you, nice to meet you. I go, sir, we've met before. Yes, I know, but every time I see you, it's like meeting you again. Roses are red, violets are blue. Hello, Maz, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. We have kids. My son is now 8, my daughter 6. Who's got young kids? Some of them are here tonight. Where are the, there you go. How old are you? How old? 11, fantastic. And you guys are, where are you guys from originally? Palestine, Palestine? Yes, over there. The Palestinian corner is cheering for you. These guys aren't as interested. He's Palestinian, clap for him. You're Palestinian, no? No, they've learned you gotta lay low now. In Trump America, you don't clap for that. You pretend you're Mexican. Actually, that doesn't work either. Don't do Mexican. We have to come up with a new one. Remember, you used to be able to pretend you're Mexican? Not anymore. Every week, he's kicking somebody else out. Mexicans last week, Muslims this week. Who's next? I don't know. We're all gonna have to pretend we're Swedish pretty soon. Oh, I'm very Swedish. That's great. You said you're 11. Fantastic. And you no brothers, sisters? Oh, only child. Fantastic. Well, congratulations, you guys. Now let me ask you a question, because I'm sure you guys love your daughter. We love our kids. I love my kids. But I gotta tell me if I'm right about this. They are the most exhausting people in the world. You don't know how tiring, because they have energy. My daughter, my son, anybody who's got young kids knows what I'm talking about. When you have young kids, your whole goal from the moment they wake up, your whole goal is to make them tired. From the moment they wake up, you're like, run, run, run. Climb, climb, climb. Fly, you can fly, try flying, flap your wings. Fly, 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 fly. We love them, but they're exhausting. And here's the problem, is now kids, you guys are running the world now. The world revolves around kids now. Because when I was a kid, that's not how it was. Now it is. For example, let me tell you something. When I was a kid, I used to have to play with the kids of my parents' friends. Now I have to play with the parents of my kids' friends. You know what I'm talking about. Half the time I'm at people's houses, I don't know who they are. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. I don't know what you do, but our kids like each other. When I was a kid, they would take me to a party. I'd walk in with my Iranian dad. I was 6 years old. We'd go into a party. My dad, as soon as we walk in, go play with Amir. Go play with Amir. I was 6 years old. I don't want to play with Amir. Go play with Amir. Amir's 29 years old. That's not my problem, that's his problem. Till he finds a good wife, he's their son. Go play with him. It's crazy. It's a very different world we live in now, all right? Like the things that, because people, you know what happens is there was this thing, Brian, remember when kids started complaining about quality time? Do you remember quality time as a kid? That wasn't part of it, right? Yeah, you come from a generation, there wasn't any of that stuff. People started complaining, my dad never played catch with me. I tell them, my dad, Iranian dad, I go, immigrant dads don't play catch with anybody. When I was 6 years old, if I went to my dad, Dad, let's play catch. He'd be like, you're lucky you're in America. You want to play catch? I send you to Iran. You can play catch with Khomeini and Saddam Hussein. Go play catch. There was no catch. People go, my dad never came to my soccer game. My dad, Iranian dad, my dad came to one soccer game. Brian, one soccer game, he tried to bribe the referees. That's how it works in the old country. I was playing the game, I look on the sideline, my dad, excuse me, come here, please. Zebra. How much? How much my son scored 4 goals? How much 4 goals? The things you hear, Brian. My dad never said, I love you. My dad didn't know what that meant. If I said, Dad, do you love me? You live rent-free. That's something. We don't even say a lot of do Palestinian parents say, I love you? The older generation. No. Palestinian parents don't. Iraqi parents, do they say? Older generation. Iranian parents don't. A lot of our cultures, we don't say, the parents don't say, I love you. They don't use that term. In America, we gotta, every day, all day long, I gotta tell them I love them. In the morning, I love you. Lunchtime, I still love you. Afternoon, I love you more than I loved you at lunchtime and breakfast. I love you even more. Even when they get in trouble, we got to tell them we love them. Son, you're in big trouble. You didn't clean your room. You're in big trouble, but just know that I love you. I'm your father. I will always be here for you. I'm the wind beneath your wings. I don't want you to grow up have an issue with me. I'm your father. I love you. I love you so much, I'm going to clean your room for you. Just this time. A lot of immigrants don't say, I love you. What do Arab parents, is there a saying that they do at all to say their term of endearment? What do they say to give you the term of endearment? What is it, Yahma? What's Yahma mean? What? You donkey. There you have it. Did you hear that, Brian? That's our term of endearment. You donkey. I love you, you're a donkey. Now go pick something up. Ali, Iranians, my father, they didn't say I love you. They would have sayings that indicated that they might love you. My whole life, my father used to say, you're the light of my eyes. You're the light of my eyes. Noor-e cheshmami. You're the light of my eyes. You'd be like, wow, does that mean you love me? Yeah. That means I can see you in the dark. Watch what you're doing. It's crazy. I'm telling you, it's a different world we live in. Different world. Because the other thing is, when we would go to parties and stuff with my dad. First of all, Iranian parents, I don't know if the Arab parents are the same. My parents would go to parties every night of the week. Every night of the week. Because now it's sleep time. We got to go make them sleep. No, now they would just take us to every party. And we'd go there. We'd run around till we fell asleep. And now, if I'm at a party with my wife and the kids are tired, we excuse ourselves. Guys, thank you so much. What a great party, but we have to go home because the kids need to unwind and rewind and wind down and just get wounded, unwounded. We got to go home and unwound them. My parents never unwounded. You'd be tired, you'd come, it'd be like 11 o'clock. Your dad, oh, you're tired? Okay, go find some coats and fall asleep on those. Make sure one of the coats is mine so I don't forget you when I go home. And they would just pick you up at the end of the night and carry you. You were half asleep. You thought you're getting kidnapped. 5 nights a week, I was like, I'm getting kidnapped again, my God. And they thought they were doing good parenting. They still thought it was good because they didn't have the research back then to know that it wasn't good parenting. But they thought, back then, Hossein, look, I put him to sleep. What a good father I am, Hossein. Hossein, give me a shot of vodka. I want to celebrate. I want to go, shot of vodka, he's asleep. Hossein, give me a shot of vodka. I'm driving home. I need a shot of vodka. When I was a kid in Iran, we didn't have drunk driving. We didn't have seat belts. We'd be in the back of the car. Every turn, we just end up on a different side. Just like every turn. Every turn. My dad, oh, hold on to your sister. I love her. You are the light of my eyes. Now in America, you have to put your kid in a car seat till they're 35 with a helmet on and a video player on the seat in front of them. Just, yeah. They don't let you leave the hospital unless you show up with a car seat. You know this, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's safe, but you have to put the kid in the car seat, and you got to strap the kid in the car seat, and then you put so many straps, eventually you can't even see your kid. And then by law, you have to turn the baby around. And the poor baby, he just came out, he thinks he's going back in. He's like, why am I going backwards? Don't put me back in there. Oh my God, you guys are fun, man. I got another minute or two with you. First of all, I want to remind you again, thank you. Give it up for yourselves for coming out and supporting Access tonight. Give it up for yourselves. And I'm serious, you guys, when I say that the timing is amazing and that we need to fight. We really got to fight. If anybody knows of a march tomorrow at LAX or somewhere, let me know. I want to go. I'm going to keep marching till Bozo stops doing the stupid stuff. Bozo is a jackass. I said it. Donald Trump is a jackass. You can quote me. He is. He's a conspiracy theorist. He's a racist. He's a sexist. And it's everything that's wrong. But in this room is everything that's right. And I'm serious. It's amazing what you guys are doing. And please keep doing it. And like Tarek was saying, first of all, and also give it up for Tarek. What a great speaker and a host. I'm very impressed by you. I expect big things from you, man. And as Tarek said, if any of you guys are in Los Angeles in April, I have a big show at the Saban Theater where I'm going to bring another 5 or 6 young Middle Eastern comedians, Egyptian, Iranian, Indian, all of us together, and we're going to have a great night. So if you want to come out to that, mazjobrani.com, check it out, get your tickets, come out. Also this Thursday, I'm on a new show on CBS called Superior Donuts where I play an Iraqi businessman. So check it out. Check it out. Superior Donuts. And I'll leave you with this. I do feel that I look out here and I see a lot of positive people. And these are people that a lot of the people that are the hardcore Trump supporters who are scared of us, they don't see us. They don't know us. So be good to those people. Be good to people out there. Do good. Show them the love. Show them the food we have. Show them the intelligence we have. And let's help break some stereotypes. And I'll tell you one thing, though. I'll leave with this. Stereotypes are out there, all right? And we're all guilty of stereotyping. So make sure you check yourselves from time to time. Because I am guilty of stereotyping. I was in Dubai, again, I was in Dubai, and there's a lot of Indians in Dubai, and I was doing a show in Dubai, and they said, we're going to send a driver to pick you up. So I went down to the lobby and I was looking for my driver, and I look around and I saw an Indian guy, and I was like, he's got to be my driver. And I'm so stupid. Of course, there's going to be successful Indians as well, but in my mind, all the Indians in Dubai were just day laborers. I'm so dumb. So this Indian guy was looking at me. He had like a thin mustache, black suit. I go, he's got to be my driver. So I go over, I go, excuse me, sir, are you my driver? He goes, no, sir. I own the hotel. I go, I'm sorry, then why were you staring at me? He goes, I thought you were my driver. I'm Maz Jobrani. Thank you, Access. Have a great night. Thank you. Thanks again. Nahla, thank you so much. One more time for the wonderful Tarek. Hey guys, they might not let us into the country, but we can all they're going to let us into Disneyland. We should all go to Disneyland right now. The news flash, Muslims attack Disneyland. Tarek.
Thank you so much, Maz Jobrani. How do you say more in Spanish? Maz. We want more Maz. Just quickly before everyone heads out, housekeeping announcements. Next year's gala date is February 3rd, 2018. Please put it in your calendars. February 3rd, 2018. We have centerpieces, orchids that will last you 6 months. Do not just take them and walk out. They are $25 each. Please put the donations in the envelopes. There are still some silent auction items that you can bid on and pick up. Please pay. There's a diamond ring again and a Burberry watch. Dr. James Zughbi's Twitter is JJZ1600. So if you'd like to follow him, please find him there. The centerpieces are $25. Dr. Yahya Abdurrahman is signing his books outside. Each book is $40. And lastly, I'd just like to thank the volunteers, the staff, and everyone for showing up today. Thank you so much. We'll see you next year. Goodbye.